So if you are an OG to my channel, then you know that I don't really do specific trend videos where I say, these are the ones that you must buy, must wear trends. Usually I'm kind of anti-trend in the sense of I'll do things like anti-hauls and trends to avoid buying. I can still do that because there are some still absolutely horrendous trends that are kind of poking through. I've been seeing a lot of discourse on things like TikTok, here on YouTube, Instagram, and a lot of people are saying that there kind of are no trends for this fall season. A lot of the things that are currently trending, aka I guess more popular right now, are things that I think are actually quite refreshingly wearable. These are all things that we've seen before, and I would say, if anything, these are just more seasonal as opposed to something that is like reinventing the wheel or more innovative and groundbreaking. So in today's video, I want to talk about all of the wearable fall fashion trends that you probably already own. A lot of these are easy, they're thriftable, and I don't think they're anything that's going to break the bank or be difficult to wear if you do decide to add it into your closet. So let's get into it. Pardon my voice, I'm just getting over a cold. I'm gonna try to stay as hydrated as I can in this video, but the vocal fry might be a bit more right now. All right, so the first trend I'm seeing that I'm really liking and that I find super wearable, but also not groundbreaking whatsoever. I think we see this color come around pretty much yearly, and that is burgundy. I think in the spring, summer, and last year, we were really into this like cherry red, the pops of super saturated clear reds. You know, because like what's new about rich wine colors, burgundy wines, ox bloods for fall? Nothing. I posted a video about how I am no longer going to write off buying into trends right away. I think there's ways to incorporate them into your wardrobe that feel like you and that just kind of refresh things and make it feel a bit more modern and interesting. But you put it in a really great way where you said a nod of a trend is enough for me. So I think when it comes to colors, whether it be the burgundy, I think they're calling it cherry cola right now. There always has to be like a name, you know what I mean? To sell it, to market it. One year it's Bordeaux, another year it's Oxblood, this year it's Cherry Cola. And I agree with you. For me, with this trend, I don't really see myself buying into a piece of clothing per se. I think where I would really like to play around with this trend is in something like my nail color or in something like a bag. I really like that idea. I think it creates a nice pop, a nice bit of dimension. It's just something different than like black. Yeah, burgundy, I think it's great. I think it looks beautiful. If it's part of your color palette and that's something you want to wear, I think have at it, and I think it's actually quite timeless. There are ways you can play around with it, and if you want to pass altogether, great, but I think it's super wearable either way. The next thing I'm seeing that I think is honestly timeless, classic, and we're just seeing it in different kind of silhouettes and iteration is suiting. Suiting comes back every year. It comes back every season, in my opinion. I think maybe in the summer is linen, and then in the fall it's back to your wool. But there are different silhouettes that I do think trend around, and I think in the past it's been very much about oversized suiting, very relaxed suiting, and that is still very much on trend. That actually came up quite a bit as I was doing my research, but I'm also seeing suiting that is a bit more structured. It has some more shape. Like there's something really kind of sculptural to the whole silhouette. So it could be a very sort of hourglass shaped blazer that cinches in at the waist. A lot of the trouser silhouettes are moving away a little bit from the more sort of wide, ultra wide leg, flowy, almost palazzo silhouette to something that's a bit more tailored and streamlined. And the thing is, I think with tailoring especially, that's never gonna go out of style. That's never gonna not be on trend, I guess. You can just never go wrong with it when in doubt, you know? And it's also easy to create those shapes with things you already have, with like a simple pin, going to your tailor, or even just using a belt. So I think it's really easy. Suede. Suede, I think, is for fall. It's not a fall trend. It's a seasonal thing, like I said. Just as I feel silly talking about burgundy as a fall trend, I feel just as cringe talking about suede as a fall trend. And if you ask me, fall in particular is when you wear suede. Like that's the time, because in the winter, there's salt, there's slush, there's snow on the ground. In the spring, it rains a lot. And then in the summer, it's just too hot for suede. Like I feel like the texture doesn't work as much in the summertime. So fall is the time for suede. So if you got things like suede suede boots, suede bags, suede jackets, suede blazers. I recently added this suede blazer that I thrifted off of eBay. I love it. I think it adds such a nice, beautiful, rich texture to my wardrobe. And that's what I love about suede. It just feels so rich. It feels so luxurious and beautiful. And you can also kind of combine that texture with the colors that you really, really like, or the colors that are kind of on trend for the season, like those chocolate browns, the olive greens, the khakis, and the burgundies. Next is leather jackets. Oh my God, can you see? I'm just like, why is this a trends video? I'm gonna say that after every point I make. I'm sorry, but I just like can't handle it. So leather jackets, okay. I love them all year. Maybe not so much summer, but I think it's how we're seeing the leather this year. So when I think of a leather jacket, my mind immediately goes to your traditional classic moto jacket, but the kind of more updated silhouettes are things like leather blazers. I'm seeing them as leather trench coats too. If you have a pair of leather pants, maybe even a leather shirt, I think those are all really cool ways to bring in texture for the season, and it's all gonna work. It's all good. All right, so next we've got animal print. So specifically, I'm seeing a lot of snakeskin type of print and leopard print. Leopard has been trending, I think, since the summer or even last year. We've seen it a lot at Ganni in both tops and bottoms. I think it's really, really cool. For a lot of us, leopard is a neutral. And I think the only thing that changes is maybe like the color or the pattern of the actual print itself. But you know it's leopard. You can tell it's leopard. If you have some, rock it, enjoy it. For me, I'm not a huge leopard print person. I'm not a huge print person in general, but I do think that these are also fun if a pair of pants or a shirt or a skirt feels a bit too overwhelming for you, to introduce it in something like a shoe, maybe a really subtle detail in a belt. So I think if you don't want to kind of go all into an animal print, then there are kind of subtle, more interesting ways to do that are really easy. I think coming off of the leopard print that we've been seeing, snake print, alligator, croc has kind of been the natural transition into that. So a lot of snakeskin boots, I'm seeing snakeskin dresses. What I like about the snakeskin print is that it kind of can be worn as a neutral, but it just offers a little bit of cool texture and pattern. And it's something that honestly is super timeless and super easy to wear, in my opinion. So when it comes to animal print, I think you do you, pick what you love. I think it's a nice way to add some fun, either pattern or texture to an outfit. And I think what really trends along seasons is the animal. So it was leopard, now it's snakeskin. Croc maybe is coming next. Next is something that's been trending for quite a while. I think it's been trending for the past couple of years, and that's the Canadian tuxedo. You have your traditional denim shirt, kind of Ralph Lauren style, with a pair of jeans, and I think it looks great, but people are also pairing those with things like kitten heels, pointed toe boots, a really, really nice bag to contrast the sort of workwear and rough feel of the denim. But I'm also seeing things like denim blazers, which I think looks really cool, and people kind of wearing their jackets as a shirt. So for example, if you have like a denim jacket, you could button it up all the way and pair it with something like a silk or a satin pair of pants or skirt. And I think that's kind of a fresh, fun take. I really like that. If you own a denim jacket, then you can do that already. If you own a denim shirt, then you can do the Canadian tuxedo. It's been around for decades. This is nothing new. I think it's just like the color and the wash and maybe a bit of the silhouettes that are feeling a bit more updated. You also can't go wrong with a classic. So there, you're on trend. Yay for us. Next is sheer. But this is where I think sheer actually can stand the test of time, because I like to look at it as basically a tool to add texture in your outfit. So I'm seeing it as like an organza layer over a silk dress or underneath. A lot of people are doing it in tops. The midi to sheer maxi skirts have been really popular. This is something that I actually am really considering really hard to add into my closet, and I think I kind of want to do it in a skirt. I've really been liking the way it looks. So I think when you use it as a layering piece, either to layer over or under things, I just think it looks really cool. It instantly adds depth into your wardrobe. Such an easy thing to do. That's why I think it's something that can stand the test of time a little bit longer than we might assume at first glance. And that's why I kind of love it. Work jackets. So the barn jacket, the car coat, this sort of silhouette of jacket is the hot one for 2024. I think last year people were super into the bomber jacket. Years ago, we liked the moto, then we liked the leather trench, we liked the leather blazer. So the silhouette of jacket seems to change every year, but in my opinion, all of them are super classic. I would not assume someone to be dated or a fashion victim or like a trend victim if I saw them wearing a worker coat or car coat, 2 years from now. I wouldn't consider that outdated at all. I think it's really classic. So there's nothing trendy about this in my opinion. It's just that I think you're just gonna see this silhouette more often. Chocolate brown. Groundbreaking, yes. Another color. I do really like the chocolate brown. Obviously I'm wearing it now. I've had this shirt for over a year now though. I bought it because I like the color. In terms of colors, I like this more deeper saturated tone. It feels very natural with the season. But that does not mean that, your camels, your khakis, your lighter browns are off of trend. It's just that you're going to see more options if you're out shopping in these deeper colors. So if you're wanting your outfit to feel a bit softer in terms of the color combinations, instead of immediately defaulting to black, I think chocolate brown is a really, really nice option. I am loving the chocolate browns in things like blazers. I'm seeing it in long overcoats, and I especially love it in things like leather or suede bags and boots. And finally, drapes and capes. I've been seeing this a lot over the past few years, especially built into things like coats. I've been seeing things like trench coats with built-in scarves, and this famous totem scarf coat, which I tried on once and it is super itchy, so be advised. But I think it is really kind of cool. I think it just adds a bit of something interesting to your outerwear. And if you live in a cold climate, sometimes the outerwear is really the only thing you have to truly express your style. So if you're interested in this, I think it is really cool and could serve you very well in your wardrobe. But at the same time, you can also just get like a really oversized blanket scarf and drape it over your shoulder in a really interesting way. The other thing I'm seeing quite a lot is draping and caping on the runway in things like dresses, so actual capes. And I think it's beautiful. It has a lot of really beautiful movement to it. But I'm also seeing it in things like tops. So those sort of off the shoulder tops with a bit of ruching, kind of custom adjustable tops. So you can wear it as like a tank top. You can wear it as a cold shoulder. You can wear it as a scoop neck. Like there's a lot of kind of DIY ways to do this sort of drapey look, and I think it is a fun way to add some interest to the neckline if you are used to wearing things like tank tops or crew neck t-shirts or v-necks like I am. So to me it's kind of a basic with a twist, which I really, really like. But if you have like a lightweight blanket scarf, then you can really have some fun with this, and I think it's just really easy to play into, and it does look very elegant in my opinion. So those are some fall 2024 trends that you likely already own and that I think are actually not trends at all. I think marketing has just sort of made sure that these are a bit more popular, that we're seeing them in store as something that looks and feels fresh. But if you really do a deep dive, or really not even that much of a deep dive, if you really look at it, it's all fairly timeless and likely something that you already have in your closet. So let me know if there's anything that you're going to be wearing this season. What shapes, colors, silhouettes are you really interested in? And let me know what you think. Are these trendy? Are they classic? Leave me a comment down below. And thank you so much again for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, then please give it a thumbs up. At least give it a thumbs up, because I really struggled with my voice this whole time. I think I drank like 4 cups of tea just to get this through. So I would really appreciate a thumb to let YouTube know that you enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos like this, then hit subscribe. And if you want to see even more bonus behind the scenes content that you're not going to see anywhere else, you can join our little community. But no pressure. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next Sunday. Bye.